How do I plan Indian weddings in Italy? Behind the scenes. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Svetlana from Best Indian Weddings Italy, the first and only wedding planning agency in Italy specialized in Indian weddings. Every day I help Indian brides and grooms-to-be realize their authentic celebrations in the most beautiful country in the world. I'm running this series of videos called the SOS Indian Weddings in Italy with useful tips and advices that you won't find anywhere else. So if you are looking to host your destination wedding in Italy, then make sure you subscribe to my channel. This is the video number 40, the last video of the year and actually the last video of this series, because I'm going to take a break and prepare something new and exciting for you for the next year. For 40 weeks, I have been guiding you through the delicate process of planning an authentic Indian wedding in Italy, being fully aware of what you can expect in Italy and what not, and how to approach your planning in the best possible way to make sure that some impromptu planners or even you don't ruin such precious event by making big mistakes. I shared with you a lot of useful information. I gave you advice about many different situations, and I also gave you the possibility to take advantage of our unique tools that can help you so much with your planning. And to finish this series in the best possible way, I decided to share with you some of my professional secrets, a glimpse of my planning method. So this week's topic is: how do I plan Indian weddings in Italy? Behind the scenes. I love helping Indian couples like you realize their dream of getting married in our beautiful country. It's an amazing job, but also a very hard one, with an enormous charge of emotions on one side and responsibility on the other. So how do you manage the planning of a perfect wedding? My very first point is starting from the budget. No budget, no planning. It's not possible to plan a wedding without knowing how much you are actually able and willing to invest in your wedding. You can't look at any venue, you can't contact any supplier, and you can't invite any of your guests if you haven't decided on your budget yet. And once you have a digit in mind, no rush, you need to split it correctly with the right allocation of each macro part of your wedding, such as food, venue, decor and suppliers. I know, it doesn't sound romantic at all. It actually looks like an accountant job. However, it's the most important thing. Some planners may start from the theme of your wedding or the decor mood board, as it is usually associated to the job of a wedding planner. Not me. I always start from the budget and its allocation, because only this way we can figure out which venues and which suppliers we can actually contact and what can be achieved for that wedding. So, calculation, analysis, recalculation. I'm full of working Excel charts that I have always open on my screen. I check what I can add, what I need to cut out, how the budget changes if I use this option instead of that other. I do comparative budget charts for different venues, single charts for only the decor, full charts for the whole wedding budget split into macro topics, and I keep it always at hand to be able to fully manage the situation. I suggest you do the same. You can also download one of my Excel charts. There is a link in the description. Another important point for me is having a clear picture of the whole event. It's true that weddings are all about details, the small beautiful things that make it so unique, and I'm a very detail-oriented person too. However, I never lose the full picture. I can't concentrate just on one single aspect, even if it is such an important one as a venue, for example. But I always keep the whole event in mind with all the logistics involved, the timing, specifics of that wedding. My goal is to make it as smooth as possible for the couple and their guests, and it's only possible if you have the whole event under control. My desk is always full of many pieces of paper where I write columns of notes, make scratches of settings, do connections among the different aspects of the same wedding to make sure everything works well together and is harmonious. I love harmony in everything around me, and I always try to bring it to the events I plan. You too can use specific online boards or just post-its on a board where to write every single aspect of your events to make sure you have taken them all into consideration and they all match well together. And this is connected to another secret of mine, even if there is nothing mysterious in that, is to put every important aspect on paper. Firstly, because you can simply forget something. We are all humans and it can happen even to the most organized person. So I prepare long itineraries for the events, full of the smallest details, even of the photos we have to take for our social accounts. Because when you are busy on site and also under stress, having this itinerary can truly save the situation. That's very important if you plan your wedding on your own. It's not enough to just make the note of the timing of each event, but you need to go through the whole schedule to picture your events and to write down every single step you do. Even cleaning the room where you get ready to make it nice on pictures is something to put in the notes, or to have your breakfast, or the names of people in charge for some specific parts of the wedding. Nothing can be considered obvious during the wedding. I suggest you start by preparing your itinerary months in advance and that you keep it always open on your computer when you work on organizing your destination wedding. Because you could have some ideas, some thoughts coming to your mind, and it's important that you take note of it immediately to not forget it. You'll have a very extended document on the day of your wedding if you follow this suggestion. And if you are afraid it could be difficult for you, you could consider enrolling in our special digital program for do-it-yourself Indian couples, where you have everything you need for a correct and informed wedding planning, with a lot of precious tools included, and also with the full wedding itinerary already done for you, where you just need to personalize it with your details. I've put the link in the description. And lastly, what I can suggest to you and what I do millions of times during the planning of a wedding is keeping checking. You need to check everything for more times to make sure the person you talk to has fully understood what you need, has sized the things, remembers them, and is prepared to manage them. And you too need to check if you have fully understood the spaces, the rules, how that all works, if you have clearly transmitted your ideas and your needs. I go through the details of a wedding many times. I picture it with good and bad weather, from the point of view of a supplier, from the point of view of a guest. I check the weak points my plan could have and how can I solve them eventually. Basically, I live each wedding many times before it comes, like a video game that you can restart again and again. I know it could sound crazy and extremely difficult, and not everyone is able to manage the planning this way. You can now understand that planning a wedding, and specifically an Indian destination wedding, is not just putting together flowers or hiring a DJ, but it's a complex process that requires a lot of attention and strong planning skills. For this reason, we only manage a few weddings each year. And if you need help with your wedding, I'm here You can book your free call from the Start Here page and we can see together how I can help you. That's all for today. Thank you for watching this video that I hope can truly help you with planning your amazing Indian wedding in Italy. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to my channel, follow Best Indian Weddings Italy on Facebook and Instagram, comment in the post and I will be happy to answer. I hope you all can have an amazing holiday time and see you next year for some amazing new projects.